Welcome back to the shop. All right, today we're on a 2016 Hyundai Tucson. You ever get in your car, hit that window switch, and all you hear is but no action out of the window? Kind of like here, up and down, nothing. But you can force it up and down with your hands, or it might fall on its own driving down the road. If you do, then you most likely have a broken window regulator. In this case, it's the gearing on the window regulator. They strip out where it attaches to the motor. I've done a video already on the back door. This car has had all four doors fail. They had the first one done at the dealership, which was very expensive. They had the driver's door done at the Hyundai dealer, and then they asked me if I could do the rest of them, and I said I'd be happy to. But we did have to get the parts at the Hyundai dealer. I could not find them anywhere aftermarket. Now, you may have better luck than I did, depending on when you see this, because we have been going through quite a shortage on inventory on everything around the world. So hopefully you can find the parts that you need to get this job done. I'm going to show you how to do it on your own. It's not very hard, and something you can definitely do in your driveway, in your garage, carport, whatever, your front yard, under your deck. I don't care where you work on. It's something you could definitely do, as long as you follow the steps and be careful and have a few hand tools. Really, all you need is a 7mm, a 10mm, a Phillips head screwdriver, and probably a flathead. That's all you really need. Okay, I prefer a trim tool over a flathead, but you can do a flathead. All right, I'm going to show you that, and you're going to see what I'm talking about in just a minute. Okay, first thing we're going to do, we're going to need to pop that little screw cover off and get access to our Phillips head screw there. We're going to take a screwdriver and just pop the lid on it, push it out of the way, and you'll take your Phillips head, come back in, take that thing out of there. All right, now that you've got your screw out of your door handle, you're going to feel around the bottom. There's a little slot right there you can get your fingers in. You want to give it a good pop. One thing I missed, we should have done this first, but it's okay, it didn't hurt anything. We need to take this panel off right here. So you can use a flathead, but I prefer to use a trim tool, because these plastic trim tools don't scratch up things. So you're just going to get that out of your way, toss it in the floor. That way you can get your panel off there, all right? Okay, so now we work our way up, flip our panel down. You want to look inside your panel. And see what all you got hiding in there. Okay, we've got wiring for our speakers, we've got wiring for our window lift motor, wiring for our switch, and we've got cables coming over here to our door handle. Okay, I want to go ahead and get these cables out of the way. There's a little button right there you push, and it just pops up like that, nice and easy. I'm going to get your connector out of the way there. There's one here. Easy breezy. Now you've got your door panel off. All right, stored the door panel in the back seat. Now we got a good observation hole of what we got going on here. First thing I like to do, I don't do it every time, but in this case I know what we need to be doing. We're going to pull this motor off and inspect the gearing there. In order to do that, I've opted to use a screw gun. Got this little Bosch deal years ago. I'm not sponsored, but I would take a sponsorship. Pull the motor out. Ooh, that one's hanging on for dear life. Okay, we're going to inspect the motor. You see all that plastic debris? Okay, that gear looks good. But that one, look at that. It doesn't look so good, does it? All right, so that one's chewed up. If you watch the video on the rear door panel, it was the exact same way. This gearing is wanting to come out with it, so this thing is extra special. Okay, so in this car, we've got a crash sensor in this door panel. This is what they're calling the inner door panel. We're going to take this plug out because this is probably going to give us access, this plug and this plug, for our window regulator. It holds our glass. We'll show you that in just a second. I'm going to show you right now. See, bam, there's your screws. We'll take these two out. We want to unplug this crash sensor. You need to have your battery unhooked when you're playing with anything with airbag related. This thing right here can set your airbags off. All right, got that unplugged, and we'll go ahead and unplug our speaker, and I'll go around and undo this wiring harness because we've got to get it off of here. So we've got all these little clips, and just push it down with a screwdriver and pop it out. We've also got to undo the mirror, and we're gonna have to do some snaking of the door harness to get it off of this inner door panel, and we also have to take this plastic piece off because we've got to snake these cables through the door panel as so. So you just see if I can do it one-handed. Nope. Okay. Pop it up, tilt it to the side. This will be stubborn. Pop it up, tilt it to the side, get that out of the way for now. We'll reuse that. Now go around the flathead and release all my door panel harness clips. Try not to damage any of those. I'm not going to bore you by showing you all of them that I'm taking off here. So I've got the harness all unclipped here from its holders. I'm going to need to take this crash sensor out, so we're definitely reusing that. And I'm going to take the 4 Phillips head screws out of our speaker, pop that off, lay it to the side. So I'm going to do that now. Pop the sensor off, pop the speaker out, and then I'm going to take the perimeter tins out all the way around this thing. Somebody's been in this before because this one's missing. Yeah, somebody's definitely been in this door before. It only has 65,000 miles on it. It's already needed 4 window regulators replaced. That's crazy to me, but not really, because I mean, I worked for dealerships for 12 years. I owned my own shop for 17. Still working on cars and showing you guys these videos, trying to bring you tips and tricks and stuff as much as I can. And we film a lot of drag race content stuff. That's my passion, is hot rods and drag cars. So we appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up if you're getting anything out of this. Share it with your friends, talk about it in the comments. Let me know what you think. Got any questions, throw them in there. I do my best to answer when I can. There's also a thanks tab if you want to entertain that. It's very appreciative, and everything goes to the channel, of course. And we're going to get ripping this thing apart. Got the speaker removed, laid it in the floor. Got the crash sensor removed, also laid that in the floor. Took the perimeters out. Now we can pull this back and see what we have to do on the inside here. Get my headlamp going here so we can see. Alright, so I'm going to shake it loose a little bit. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? We got to take the tins out of the window regulator here. Let's see if I can get this done with just a screw gun. Now, somebody's been in here before and they've kung fu gripped everything, over tightened. Oh, everything. I gotta get an extension. With a ratchet. We've got to get our glass slid up. All right, I just unhooked the glass from just unhook the glass from the regulator. Alright. Take suction cups. You can get these cheap at your auto parts store or online somewhere, possibly. The great Amazon. Holds my glass up while I can work. Now we can pull this door panel off. I'll try to set you up over here. See a little bit. I don't know. Alright. Gonna pop this door panel loose. Loose is loose. I may have to. I don't know how the harness works in this one yet. Alright, what I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna have to take the harness, just like the back doors. I'm gonna have to take all this loose, and I'm gonna have to go through the door and pop this up. Well, she's not wanting to do. On the back doors, this thing just slides right up. We got some cut wires in there. Possibly. Or maybe it's just because I knocked it loose, but. Alright, I gotta work on getting that out. Alright, so you flip that up, slide the lever up, and then you can pull your connector back. We'll take our grommet, push it through the firewall. I'm talking, it's not a firewall. Push it through the door. And we'll start feeding the harness. I'll have to unhook that. Okay. Feed this harness this way. And then we'll have to feed it through the door panel that way. That's how you have to do on the back doors as well. Okay. Feed it through there when it's necessary. And that will be coming up shortly. Okay. Okay, there's a harness connector, like, you know, a little hold tab like this on the inside of this inner door panel or window regulator. Actually, there's two. Oops. All right. Now we need to slide our harness through the cables. Out of frame here, trying to do all this and film it myself and work. Sometimes it's difficult to do, and it's getting crazy humid out here. It's rained like crazy a minute ago, and about 30 minutes ago. Now the sun's out, and it is getting to be a sauna in here. It's only end of May. It's already brutally hot. Okay. So there we got it. All right, so that's what the back side looks like. This is where the window sits in the grooves and the screws go through. That is the piece that is broken. And that's the rear, what the rear door panel looks like. I have a video on that one. Now we're doing the front. It's slightly different. Not a whole lot different, but a little bit. So we've got a new one. Brand spanking new from the dealer. We're going to pop this bad boy in here. All right, I hope you can see. Okay, so we're going to just do everything in reverse order. Start sticking our harness back through the hole. Plug goes, grommet goes in there. Plug my harness connectors back in, little holders. All right, kind of screwed up there. I should have put these through first. Been a lot easier if I'd have snaked these through before I hooked the harness up. That's all right. It's a cable. She's flexible. All right. This little plastic piece. That piece slides into a groove in the back of this door panel here. When you go to take it apart, you'll see it. It's right here. It's got to slide through there. These slots slide right through here. Once you get the white piece slid into the grooves, it's right directly behind here. You can work your cable grommets back through the holes. Fairly easy to do. We'll put our perimeter bolts back in. We'll lower our glass back in. Hook all our electronics up. Of course, we've got to, I guess before we do all that, we've got to snake our harness back through. So we'll do that real quick. Put this grommet through. And we'll start moving our harness where she needs to go. Not that way. All right, so I got the door slid back through. So when you're plugging this up, you just push it all the way in, slide that down, and it locks itself back into place, okay? And we'll stick these grommets back in. Okay, let's go ahead and get our perimeter bolts in. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and slide my glass back down. Make sure it's in its tracks though. All right. Okay, we're good there. Take a towel, just clean out some of this plastic debris from in here. Wipe this gear out. Put your 7mm socket back on. Make sure the motor fit in there good before you start cranking down on it. Make sure those gears are lining up. Pop our speaker back in. I should have used a screw gun for this as well. I didn't get one out. Let's get them started and I'll run them in. So freaking humid out here. This is the most humid I've seen since last summer. Crazy. Alright. Okay, here. So we're going to go back up. Plug all our stuff in. goes for the door panel speaker. This goes to our motor. Lay your harness back out. Alright, so now our crash sensor back on. Not come with pre-drilled holes, so you gotta be careful here. You don't want to over tighten it, but you don't want to leave it loose either, because you don't want that thing rattling in there and thinking that the car is having an accident. Okay, so with this crash sensor, you don't want it to be too loose, you don't want it to be rattling, but you don't want to over torque it down either. Just be very, very careful with that. Do this on your own risk. That is an airbag sensor, and if you're not comfortable with fooling with it, then have a trained technician handle it. It is basically a detonation device. It can blow your side airbags, your front airbags, which could be very expensive. So if you do it wrong, I'm just warning you. Be very careful. Make sure your battery's unhooked before you do anything. So be careful with that, and do that at your own risk. Plug it back up. Make sure the lock is pushed up. Alright, so we're good and secure there. Door harness is all plugged back up. We need to reattach our door handle piece. Hoping you guys can see what's going on here. Kind of goes in sideways in the groove and snaps into that groove. Looks intimidating, but it's really not. It's nice and easy breezy pieces. There's a piece right here, that's where your screw goes for your door handle. We need to put that in. We got to pop it out of the old one. Okay, so you pop your clip out of the old one, just snap it back down in there. That way when your door panel goes back on, you can screw that in. All right, so our windows are screwed in, everything's good to go. It should be. We can plug this into the speaker. Window switch, door handle, top speaker in the door panel. Let's get the door panel out. Alright, you're not going to be able to see this, but I'm going to go ahead and plug all this stuff back up. Here, I'll try to film it here. One-handed there. One-handed there. This piece right here, just kind of, you got to make sure that piece lines up, snaps in. And this top seals like a groove. The top of this door panel just hangs on it. I'm going to hang it. Before we do anything else, we're going to test it. We're going to make sure it works. Reach in, Turn my power on. Hey, we got functioning window, Bubba. All right. Sounds good. No crunchy, grindy. All right, so now I'll snap my door in. I'll put my screw in, but first, one last thing before we do that. We'll make sure the door handles work. We'll make sure the lock mechanism works. Everything works. Good to go. All right, now I can put my screw back in, put my trim piece back on. Hey. Bam. Stick my screw in, I'm done. And that's it. Hope you learned something. If not, maybe you can school me on something. Leave me a comment. Give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Do all those things. Check out my other videos. We got plenty of repair videos. We've even got barbecue videos. I've got drag racing videos. We do videos on whatever we feel like around here. If I feel like making a video, we make one. All right. Thanks for watching.